Picture this. You're lugging around a backpack. At first, it's no big deal, light as a feather, you think. You casually toss in a few pebbles, deadlines, minor annoyances, those late-night emails that definitely didn't need to exist, but somehow do. But it's all right, you can do this, right? Then bigger rocks start spilling in. The missed family dinners, that constant nagging feeling like you're always behind. The little voice whispering, just keep going. You'll catch up eventually, won't you? You keep telling yourself that. You've got this. You're fine, totally fine. Then out of nowhere, some tiny, insignificant little pebble sneaks in, like your Wi-Fi cutting out during a meeting or someone eating the last donut. And suddenly your knees buckle, you hit the ground hard. It wasn't just the pebble, was it? It was the whole damn backpack. That's burnout. It doesn't show up with flashing lights or a dramatic soundtrack. It creeps in under the weight of everything. You've quietly normalized all these things until one day it stops you in your tracks and says, "Are you done pretending yet?" Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Voyage cast. I'm your host, Eddie, here to bring you help beyond the office. Each week we tackle big ideas that challenge the way we live, think, and connect. And today we're diving into everybody's favorite pastime, burnout. Not the video game, which I do like, but the all too common experience most professionals face, or parents, or married people. I'm sure you can relate to burnout because it's something that affects everybody. It affects me personally and professionally. Burnout is more than just feeling tired or needing a pick-me-up. It's a deep, emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion that leaves you feeling hollow and disillusioned, as if the work you do, even the work you once loved, has lost its meaning. While self-care practices like bubble baths or Netflix and chill might offer temporary relief, they only scratch the surface, don't they? But why is it that we struggle with burnout? Well, I think we've been sold a faulty bill of goods, a cultural myth about self-care.
3 words for you. Treat yourself.
As if a manicure or weekend yoga class is going to fix the months or years of chronic stress and overwork you've been carrying. It won't. Self-care in the way it is marketed today, which it is marketed today, don't be confused about that, is shallow at best and narcissistic at worst. So today we're going to get into this. We're going to go a little deeper. We're going to talk about real solutions to burnout, not momentary distractions that leave you feeling wanting, but the hard truths and actionable steps that help you rebuild your life on solid ground. All right, let's get into it. Part 1, defining our terms. Burnout isn't about being weak or unable to handle stress. It's about prolonged and unrelenting physical and emotional strain. It's about when the coping mechanisms you've relied on stop working altogether, or are at least not as effective, and you start running on empty. Here's how burnout shows up in your life probably. Emotionally, you feel numb, irritated, or downright cynical about your work. Physically, chronic fatigue, headaches, poor sleep, and even digestive problems can be attributed to it. Cognitively, you're unfocused, unmotivated, and start dreading even the smallest tasks. And here's the deal, we tend to normalize all of this stuff. Ever hear someone say, that's just corporate life for you, or that's just work, or it's just part of climbing the ladder? You know, it doesn't have to be normal, and it doesn't have to just be okay. But first things first, we need to start calling it out for what it is. A warning light on the dashboard of our life. Okay, part 2, what's not working? Now, before we get into solutions, I want to call something out. What we know about self-care is kind of a joke. Scrolling Instagram for inspirational quotes while ignoring the overdue report on your desk isn't self-care. Spending $300 at a wellness retreat only to come back to the same toxic patterns isn't self-care. And taking a bubble bath while avoiding hard conversations with a spouse or a boss or a coworker isn't self-care. Those are distractions. They're temporary fixes dressed up as solutions. And as long as we keep buying into this surface level definition of self-care, we're ignoring the work that actually protects our mental, emotional, and physical health. True self-care is about facing the hard stuff, saying no when you'd rather people please, setting boundaries even when it feels awkward, and choosing what's best for your long-term well-being instead of chasing the next quick fix. Yes, I get it. It's not glamorous, but it's the work that actually matters. Here's the thing, though. If you're constantly pouring from an empty cup, you're not doing yourself or anybody else any favors. Research doesn't lie about this. Boundaries are crucial for keeping burnout at bay and protecting your mental health. They give you the breathing room to manage emotional labor without running yourself into the ground. The truth is, self-care isn't just about individual effort. It also depends on the support systems around you. Flexible work schedules, access to professional resources, and supportive environments all play a crucial role in making self-care truly effective. So we really need systems in place too. So let's ditch the idea that self-care is selfish or soft. It is the foundation that lets you keep showing up, building resilience, and doing the things you love without losing yourself in the process. It's not, however, always easy. But then again, the best things in life never are, right? So part 3, 4 tips to break the burnout cycle. Now, I'm not here to give you Band-Aid solutions, quick fixes. You deserve better than that. Instead, I want to walk you through 4 steps you can take to start reclaiming your life. Now, I understand there's probably more than just 4, but let's just focus our attention on just these 4 for the moment. Step 1, audit your life. Everything you see starts with awareness. So let's take an honest look at your life. Where is your time going? You need to ask yourself this. What tasks make you feel drained versus energized? Who in your life is supporting you versus draining you? Grab a notebook literally and actually physically write these things down. You cannot fix what you're not willing to face, and frankly, what you don't know about. So write it down, take some time, ask a friend, maybe they know. Take ownership of your time. One of the biggest contributors to burnout is poor boundaries. Here are a few ways to take back control. Set a hard stop on your work hours. Your inbox doesn't own you. And look, I get it. This is hard for me. I'm a business owner, so there's always something I could be doing. But there are times where I just have to say no, and I have to ignore it until tomorrow. And this leads into the next part. Say no to things that don't align with your priorities. If I'm prioritizing my family right now, I got to say no to other things. You're not obligated to please everyone. And it's not possible anyway, so don't do that. It's a fool's errand. Schedule rest like you schedule meetings. Yes, literally put recharge time on your calendar. But be realistic about this, okay? You still have responsibilities and you don't use this as an excuse to ignore what matters. If you've been saying yes to everyone and everything, it really is time to stop. And honestly, tough
Bananas!
if they don't like it. You were never meant to be all things to all people. I'm sorry to say it's so rough, but that's the truth. And if they reject you because of that, you know something about them now, don't you? Okay, step 3, reverse engineer joy. When was the last time you did something just because it brought you joy? Not because it was productive or because it checked something off your list. Make a list of 3 to 5 things that truly light up your life. Then commit to bringing at least one of them back into your life this week, even if you can only start with 10 minutes a day. This isn't about, again, the surface level fluff things. This is about actual things in your life, like if you like to play guitar, or if you are a runner, or if you like to rock climb, or whatever it is that brings you joy in your life that you did in your life at some point, maybe in your youth, you try to find that again. And if you don't know, just start trying new things in general. Go seek something out. And when you do something new, you're going to find out if it fits for you or not, if it brings you joy or not. Okay, step 4. Get help when you need it. Don't be a schmuck. You don't have to face burnout alone. Therapy, for one thing, I know this because I do it, can be a game changer. I've walked many people through life to help them with many different kinds of issues. Counseling, for one, can help you uncover the patterns that led to your burnout and equip you with the tools to make lasting change. CBT, as an example, cognitive behavioral therapy, can be used to identify and reframe unhealthy thought patterns. Mindfulness practices can help you regulate stress responses. EMDR can help you deal with trauma that maybe you've built all kinds of defense mechanisms around that keep you over-functioning and not managing and aiming straight at burnout. Maybe it's career misalignment. Maybe that's an issue for you. Okay, consider working with a career coach. Sometimes the problem isn't you, it might be the environment. It's probably you a little bit, though, let's be honest. There are so many opportunities for people to get help, like contacting us here at Voyage's Counseling, the mothership of the Voyage cast, the thing that allows this to exist for you. And Voyage's Counseling offers services in the Denver metro area, Colorado Springs, and telehealth. We even offer telehealth in Kansas now, so that's pretty cool. And if you want to contact us here at Voyage's Counseling, check the show notes for details on how to get a hold of us. You can find all the information from our website that you might need, what kind of insurances we take, etc. All right, part 4, closing thoughts. Growth is uncomfortable. It means you have to look in a mirror. It means you have to identify what's not actually working for you and having the courage to make the changes. But discomfort is where your life gets better. It's always in discomfort that we grow and develop. Don't get me wrong, though. I do not wish pain, suffering, or any kind of discomfort on anybody. Burnout doesn't have to be the price you pay for ambition, of course. It doesn't have to be your normal. You have a choice. You have the power to reset, to try something new, to have boundaries. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by all of this, by all means, start small. Pick that one thing, like I mentioned. Maybe it's saying no to something this week. Maybe it's just a boundary, or carving out 15 minutes of uninterrupted rest, or trying some new thing, or going back to something that brings you joy. Remember, progress over perfection is the goal. But if you are aiming at perfection, you are aiming at burnout. All right, well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning into the Voyage Cast. Now, before you run off to your next distraction, give me a solid double check that you are subscribed. And if you're not, you can fix that so easily. So easily. Just hit the button, the subscribe button. And if you think we've earned it or not, give us 5 stars anyways, because apparently the mighty algorithms demand it. All right, I know you're rolling your eyes, but trust me, it really does help. And lastly, if this episode hit you in the right place, please go ahead and share it with somebody who you love or hate or you think might benefit from a little bit of wisdom. So until next time, take care of yourself. Not in the social media posting wellness way, but in the real, the gritty, the honest way. Some of the ways we talked about today. And if you're confused, you can't remember any of these things, man, listen to this episode so many times, because again, that also helps. And if you think we really earned it, sign up for Patreon and support us that way if you can.